Hello, welcome to the FastKliqPodcast. I'm your host, Samuel Clark. Today, we're just going to be talking about the NBA draft, and we're doing a whole mock draft, and we got a new cameo, Robby Kaiser. But first, we're going to start with the intro.
Hello, I am your co-host, Darius Ellis. So, NBA draft is coming up in 2 days. We got 2 days. So, me and Sam actually have 20 picks. But wait a minute. There's only 30 picks in this NBA draft. So, who's doing our other 10 picks? I thought we said we were going to have
Stephen Curry?
No.
Joel Embiid?
No.
I give up.
Special guest? You can turn on your camera.
Oh, God, it's a scrub.
Hey, it's Robby Kaiser.
What's up, Darius? How you doing?
What's up, man? So, Robby Kaiser is our special guest. Sam, do you want to say anything to our special guest?
Yes, welcome to the FastKliqPodcast.
Thank you for having me, Sam.
Wow. Surprise.
So, what college are you go to?
I go to Gwen Mercy University.
Did we ask?
Yeah, like me. You know what?
Oh,
Darius,
don't get me hurt out here.
Yeah, you know what? Go fuck yourself in your poor Syracuse ass. Shut up. Okay, so basically, y'all, for people that do watch us from home or from wherever creepy place you guys watch us at. So basically, we have 30 picks in the first round. Me, Sam, and our guest, Robby, will be actually doing our picks. And then we'll talk about that later, or talk about our picks later. So let's officially start the first round, first pick, which is the Orlando Magic. So, Robby, you have 15 seconds.
So, with Orlando, I really see them taking a big man. I think they're going to take Chet Holmgren, just because, when they have, Mo Bamba and Wendell Carter Jr., I think they really want a fresh big to start their team this year, because since they already have so many guards with Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, I really think this will be good for them to get a new big man.
Okay. So with the second pick, it is Sam Clark with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I think the Oklahoma City Thunder will go with Pial Banjeri. Here's the thing. Pial Banjeri is like a point guard. I saw him play when they played Syracuse, and he played amazing with 4 threes, and he's an awesome dimer. And I think if he's on the bench from the start, he'll be definitely a good bench player when Shai Alexander comes on the bench.
So with the third pick, I have the Houston Rockets selecting Piala Banchero from Duke, or I have them picking Jabari Smith from Auburn University, just because basically I feel like they need a forward. Your guards are already Jalen Green, and you have Kevin Porter, who hopefully will be back on your team pretty soon. I can't wait to see what that team looks like. So hopefully we come down to that point to see everything else. I think the next pick, I believe I'm right, is the Sacramento Kings with the number 4 pick.
Yes, that is correct. With Sacramento, I see 2 guys, and they're both shooting guards. I'd either say I'm taking Benedict Martin or Shannon Sharp, just because, Sacramento with Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, they're going to need like a shooting guard, with them, just because they need a guy who can space the floor and just shoot, because, when you have Sabonis down low and then when you have Fox, who's a fearless guy, you can go to the basket, you're going to need a shooter on that team.
All right. With the 5th pick, Sam has the Detroit Pistons.
I think that the Detroit Pistons would definitely pick up Keegan Murray or Benedict. Keegan Murray is really a great power forward. He uses his strength in the paint. He can shoot threes and lock down on defense. However, Benedict is a great three-point shooter and a great passer. He is like a point guard. And I think that if Benedict joins the Detroit Pistons with Cunningham, it'll be a great build for Detroit.
For the 6th pick, I have the Pacers. I actually had this one. I think it's the same thing. I had Benedict Martha from Arizona University. I felt like if you're getting rid of Malcolm Brogdon and everything, and you're trying to restart fresh with something, Benedict Martha from Arizona State would actually fit. I feel like he would fit that role, partnered with Tyrese Halliburton. I'm surprised with all you guys with the 4 and 5 and 6. Really, no one went after with Ivy from Purdue. I'm really kind of surprised by that in our picks. All right, next pick is the Portland Trailblazers.
With Portland, I see, two guys. I see either AJ Griffin from Duke University. He's a good 3-point shooter last year, and I think it's something Portland needs. They need a good small forward with Damian Lillard, or I see him taking a shooting guard this year, Ochi Hibachi, just because after trading CJ McCollum away last year, I think this would be a good way for Damian Lillard to get their two-way guard, just for the guy who can catch and shoot.
The next pick is the New Orleans Pelicans.
I think the New Orleans Pelicans are definitely going to pick up the New Zealand player, Omain Dang. Here's the thing. Omain Dang is a great shooter and a great defensive player. He blocks shots, and he's a great passer. And he will be definitely a great fit for Zion Williamson.
Their pick kind of helps smooth that system out on the bench role. So with the 9th pick, I have the San Antonio Spurs. So I actually have 2 players for this one. I have the Spurs selecting Johnny Davis from Wisconsin, or I have Keegan. For some reason, I have Keegan Murray falling to the spot. For some reason, I feel like some international player somehow will be pretty high than Keegan, like pretty higher than Keegan Murray. I don't know, but I feel like it's that build the depth for the Spurs for Popovich and everything. For Greg Popovich, I feel like he's on at the end of his time. He might be retired soon, but I think it's just the start of like the rebuild for the Spurs. All right, the 10th pick is the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, and with the Wizards, I see him going with the power forward. And this is a surprising pick, but I think it could be interesting. I see him taking E.J. Liddell from Ohio State. I think this guy, would bring a lot of, athletic, with Washington, with Bradley Beal hopefully staying there. If not, this guy could be a really good guy to have, for a guy who could probably be like a young guy who could just like be out there and be a strong guy.
The next pick is the New York Knicks.
I think the New York Knicks are definitely going to pick up AJ Griffin because here's the thing. Pialo played with AJ Griffin, and AJ Griffin, he was a great shooter when Pialo was passing to him. And I think it would be a great fit for the New York Knicks.
I like how you guys think about like the future and everything of the Knicks and then the Wizards. I'm surprised how Robby went with E.J. Liddell to go higher. I had him somewhere below in like the 20 to 25 range. I'm surprised. Thought he would have been someone that Sixers would have got. All right, with my next pick, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I have the Oklahoma City Thunder, even if Shed is even still there, or Jabari Smith or Pialo is still there. I have Jalen Duren from Memphis University. I know Jalen Duren personally from Roman Catholic High School. Got to see him play. Saw big, talented guy. I can't wait to see what he does in the league. Feel like he'll surprise a lot of people this year coming up. The next pick is the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, and this is really where it gets interesting. So with the Hornets having pick 13, and they also have pick 15, if I'm correct, right, Darius?
Yes, they do.
This is where it gets interesting. I could really see Miles Turner from the Indiana Pacers getting traded to Charlotte for both their first-round picks. That way Indiana can get 2 new guys, get rid of Miles Turner contract, and then LaMelo Ball gets a good NBA center who can shoot threes and play defense. I think that's something the Hornets need. They need a true, legit center instead of drafting. They have all the pieces they need. I just think with those 2 first-round picks, you get Miles Turner, and then boom, LaMelo Ball's got like a fresh center to play with.
Who do you have the Pacers picking though with that 13th pick?
Probably Patrick Baldwin from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee. I think that'd be a perfect, power forward. It's kind of like Miles Turner. except he doesn't shoot threes like that well. But I think it'd be a perfect pick, for Indiana to kind of like, start thinking of rebuilding because they haven't like won in a while. This would be perfect for them to start doing something.
All right. Next pick is the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I think the Cavaliers will pick up Jalen Williams just because Jalen Williams, he's a great three-point shooter. He's a great passer. He can drive down in the paint. And if you have Sexton and Jalen Williams, and Jalen Williams is wide open, Sexton needs to pass it to him, and he will shoot that three, and it will go in.
So with my next pick, even though this would be my pick, even though Robby believes this would be a trade, my 15th pick, I'd have Charlotte keeping this pick actually. Even if the Miles Turner trade does not happen, I kind of feel like I would like to see Mark Williams from Duke go to this team. They need a center to build around, even though they're big on. Like I hope Miles Bridges is going to be back there. I feel like Mark Williams, he's basically can catch up lobs, has like a 7-foot wingspan, everything. He's just talent. He is a talented guy. The next pick is the Atlanta Hawks.
With the Atlanta Hawks, this is where it gets interesting. I don't know much about this guy, but he seems interesting. I kind of the same going with Dyson Daniels, the shooting guard from the G League. I know he didn't play any college, but he's not really a good 3-point shooter. But with Atlanta, they have like so many good 3-point shooters. Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, Bogdanovich. Having like a guy who's 6'8", who can play the shooting guard and play good defense. This is what something Atlanta would need to like play like because like if they were in the playoff situation, they need this player to guard like a top player. This guy would be perfect to get the job done.
Okay. My next pick, the next pick is the Houston Rockets with the 17th pick.
I think Houston Rockets will pick up Terry Eason. Terry Eason is like a Zion Williamson build. He can do tomahawk dunks. He's a great defender. He's decent at threes. He's just a great build for the Houston Rockets. And the Houston Rockets need some defense.
The Chicago Bulls. I actually have Terry Eason going here from LSU. Based upon the talent, skill, and power forward, I feel like they need a stronger power forward. Even if with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Vucevic coming back, I think they're missing that like little space at the power forward spot. The next pick is the Minnesota Timberwolves.
With the Timberwolves, I see them probably taking a point guard, because I've been hearing rumors of possibly a Patrick Beverley getting traded. So I probably say I could see Timberwolves either going with Andrew Nembhard or Ty Washington Jr. These are both solid point guards. I mean, there's nothing wrong with both of them. I think both of them fit well with Minnesota, like even for backup. But we don't even know what's going to happen with D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah. All right. The next pick is the San Antonio Spurs again.
I think Dalen Terry could be a good fit for San Antonio. Dalen Terry is just a great on defense, great in the paint. He's a decent 3-point shooter. It could be a great fit for San Antonio.
Yeah. All right. My next pick, I have the Denver Nuggets. I'm surprised I don't have this in a trade because I had Denver trading this pick, but I said they're going to probably keep this pick. I actually had Patrick Baldwin Jr. from Wisconsin, Milwaukee actually falling down this pick. I feel like, yeah, you have Aaron Gordon and everything else, but it would be nice to build that bench roster space too to help out. You just lost JaMychal Green, and I feel like you're going to need that help in that power forward spot position when Andrew Wiggins is done for. We don't really know when Michael Porter will be back. Hopefully soon. Hopefully, that's all I can really say. The next pick is the Memphis Grizzlies.
Robby and I made a trade for the 22nd pick, and Robby will get the 23rd pick, and that is the Philadelphia 76ers. I think that Jaden Hardy will definitely go to the Memphis Grizzlies. He's a great 3-point shooter. He's a great scoring in the paint, and I think that John Morant will definitely have a great player to pass it to in the 3.
The next pick, our favorite team, the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is where it gets interesting because, we're all Sixers fans here. The fans are probably Sixers fans, but this is where it gets interesting. And Darius, I'm sure you'll agree with me on this pick. I see the Philadelphia 76ers taking Wendell Moore Jr. from Duke University. And I'm going to say this. The reason why the Sixers need this guy is because this guy shot 30% from three last year in college and jumped to 41.3% for Duke last year. This is like the Sixers need. The Sixers haven't had a good three-point shooter in a while. And this guy would be perfect, with Maxey, Harden, and Embiid. This is what the Sixers need. They need a legit guy who can shoot the ball. And I think Wendell Moore Jr. is probably perfect for like what the Sixers need to compete next year.
With the next pick, I have the Milwaukee Bucks. I have them going with Jalen Williams from Santa Clara University. I have them building up their bench depth just to help them out a little bit more. He's a decent shooter. He lacks a little bit. He's basically a 3D guy. Basically can go, take it to the rack. His three-pointer does definitely need improvement, but I hope that three-pointer will improve at some point. The next pick is the San Antonio Spurs again.
With the Spurs, I don't know much about this guy. This guy didn't even play college last year. He's an international player. I think what they'll probably do is to take Nikola, not Jokic, but Jovic. This guy is like a 6'10" small forward. He looks like he's a skilled guy. A lot of people are saying he's compared to Michael Porter Jr., but this guy, probably sounds interesting for the Spurs because, with the Spurs, they had a long history with international players. You're looking at Ginobili, Marco Bellinelli. I mean, this guy could probably be what the Spurs need. This guy could definitely compete.
The next pick is, if I'm correct, because it's Dallas actually did trade this pick for Christian Wood. This pick actually goes to the Houston Rockets.
I think the Houston Rockets will definitely pick up Blake Wesley. Blake Wesley is a stealing machine, and he scores in the paint, and he's just a great defender. And I definitely think that the Houston Rockets just need some help with defense, and Blake Wesley is one of them.
All right. So my next pick, I have the Miami Heat with the 27th pick. I have them going with Wendell Moore Jr. Yes, even though I would like to see him in Philly, I feel like he would fit this Heat system pretty well because I feel like we always say before Pat Riley has drafted some good players. Why not draft another good player, Wendell Moore Jr., just to help the bench out a little bit more? Yeah, even though he might not play a little bit of like next year, I feel like he will still improve to do better for like the years to come. The next pick is the Golden State Warriors, the NBA champions, Golden State Warriors. I hate saying
that. So this pick gets interesting. I don't know much about this guy either. I know I've been saying that a lot tonight, but this guy, don't know much about him. He's from Sangel, but I see them taking Kalafia Dope. Now, the reason why I see him take a big man is because what is James Wiseman's future with the Golden State Warriors, and what is Kevon Looney's situation with the Golden State Warriors? I mean, I heard that, ever since Golden State won, one of the other guy they probably want to go after is, Pascal Siakam. And, maybe, the Warriors aren't always about centers who can shoot. They don't care if a center can shoot. So maybe this guy would be perfect, and he's 7 foot. So I think the Warriors need a good athletic center who can just catch lobs from Curry and all that.
Okay. So the next pick is the Memphis Grizzlies.
I think the Grizzlies will trade this pick to the Brooklyn Nets just because they have Jalen Hardy if they drafted him, and I think Brooklyn will go with Christian Braun. He's a really great 3-point shooter, and you traded Ben Simmons this year, and you don't even know if Kyrie Irving might be coming back, so I think it'll be a great pickup for Brooklyn.
So with my next pick, I forgot OKC has traded this pick to the Nuggets for JaMychal Green. So I have the Nuggets picking Gene Mantera from Overtime Elite, or I have them picking Andrew Nimhard from Gonzaga, just to build that bench depth up a little bit in the draft and everything. for overtime elite for Gene Montero, I didn't hear much about this guy. I did look at him a little bit. Talented guy, but I feel like they needed another decent guard to help them out a little bit. That's why I went with like between those two.
What's going on? But let's just hope that what the NBA draft will choose and what will the Sixers will draft or trade in this draft.
Yeah, is there any comments you'd like to make?
Oh, and yes, I have to say it was a great episode, and thank you, Robby Kaiser, for coming on the episode. And yes, I wish it was Steph Curry, but we'll get another one someday.
Oh my!
But all right, great episode. Goodbye.
Thank y'all.
And subscribe.
And comment.